North American continent between 1861 and 1865 than in any other war in which Americans have fought throughout its history. And while the battles have long endured, the ramifications of the Civil War continue to be felt to this very day in America over issues such as culture and race. Today, we delve into the darkest chapter of American history. Welcome to Wars of the World. The debate over slavery in America.
Not sure what that accent was, by the way. Here's the craziest part. The people of Oregon, Portland in particular, were also caught off guard by this. And the governor of Oregon tried to explain to the president that they were not in a state of war. And the president's response was, well, it was telling.
President Trump, in an interview with NBC on Sunday morning, said a phone call with Governor Kotek showed him a different perspective.
Saying, I spoke to the governor, she was very nice, but I said, well, wait a minute, am I watching things on television that are different from what's happening?
I don't think any of us know what you're watching on television. But if it's Game of Thrones, I'd say.
I'm from Hot Springs, Arkansas, which once upon a time was America's gambling capital. Long before Vegas was Vegas, Hot Springs was Vegas in the United States. I grew up in a town where there was a bookie on the Chamber of Commerce. I grew up going to the racetrack with my family on the weekends. It wasn't something that I saw as being some sort of behavior that was pathological or taboo. That's just what we did for fun. And it wasn't until I was able to leave that place and travel a bit to realize that not everybody in America thought about it the same way, especially not in the 80s and 90s. I mean, Pete Rose was a big deal.
Mr. Rose has accepted baseball's ultimate sanction, which is lifetime ineligibility.
Did you bet on your own team? Yes.
There's a name for it, gambling on sporting events. It's called gaming. It's clandestine, immensely profitable, and entirely illegal, except in the state of Nevada.
I bet just about every week, yeah, on the football games.
A couple of dollars makes the game more interesting.
These new sports bettors today are especially susceptible to one of the worst bets you can make, the same game parlay.
Not only can you bet on the Yankees to win, but you can bet on the Yankees to win and Garrett Cole to have a certain number of strikeouts and Aaron Judge to hit a home run. And the products are a lot of fun, and in particular what they allow people to do is risk a very small amount of money and win a very large amount of money all in one game.
These bets are incredibly lucrative for the sports books. Why? Because they're very hard to hit, but also they're very hard to calculate what the right price should be. When you start to add all of these random, weird, correlated or negatively correlated events, the math to figure out what the fair price should be becomes very, very complex. Hardly any of us can do it. So the sportsbook can then bake into those bets a very, very big margin.
It's funny that the very people who come from nothing got so high of a standard for the next group of men.
What does a traditional housewife entail?
Well, you tell me, because you said you're not one. You picked the right one.
Housewife, I'm just imagining kind of being a slave. So that's.
Let me stop you right here. Let me stop you right here.
Mm-hmm.
Where are your people from?
My mom's from Trinidad and my dad's from Jamaica. So I see that's
hold on.
Why
we don't need white supremacy racism. When all we got is this: that you think that the women who came before you were slaves.
Obviously, they've had to put up with that all that time. Like, shit, right? Just tank it, and then they've actually conceivably come up with a name worse than Project L. And you go on the announcement YouTube video, all those people who were mocking them for taking the L originally, you're like going, "Can we just change the name back to Project L?" It's like it's so staggeringly bad. I don't know how they managed it actually. Yeah, that's my thought. Just riot things, just idiots. Like just a collection of.
As long as the game is good. I was a huge fighting game fan.
Here's the problem. I got my wires crossed. I heard Riot's working on a beat 'em up, and I thought that was that whole thing with the Spanish and French fans at LEC. I'm not supposed to mention that one. That real life violence, guys. My bad.
I just don't understand when they already have like appropriate fighting game terms within the League of Legends. Like they don't even tie it to the League of Legends world. They could have called this game Lethal Temp.
He was the guy who wrongly attacked the Ocular, making it his fault everyone died. Gee, I wonder how he's gonna apologize for being so toxic to his supportive viewer base for no reason whatsoever.
I'm not at fault there. I'm correct there for doing that. 100%. That is not on me. No.
Okay, actually getting everyone killed and wasting 4 hours of time was a good thing. Now don't you dare question it or you'll get banned.
This guy sounds like he takes criticism well. You sound like you want to talk to me about it in the unban request. You're just shit-stirring. I'm just going to get rid of you.
Swear to God, I'm going to go back in the video and find out who pulled that damn thing, kick him out of the raid. That is insane shit. You have to be better than that.
On Twitch, he's known as the kindest.
I think the majority of people don't enjoy the majority of the time they spend making music.
Okay, first, and this is a hot take, I think a lot of people might actually enjoy making music. It's probably why they were doing it for the 40,000 years of human history prior to AI. But if that is not you, and you would rather make music by simply pressing a button, then good news, you don't need AI. There are already a wide variety of toys made for babies just like you. But he is right that AI tools have now reduced the barrier of entry to people who want to produce writing, images or music that can seem plausibly professional. And even big platforms are now getting in on this. Here's Mark Zuckerberg proudly unveiling a new suite of AI tools for Meta users.
We call it EMU for Expressive Media Universe.